Good morning. We're watching Animal Planet. Theo, good morning. Theo, can you come here and tell me what you had for breakfast? What did you have? What did Nanny Mom make you?
Eggy and sausage and bluebell.
What's the fourth thing you had? He had a banana, right? A full banana. He has a banana every single day.
Oh, the brother she could do.
Now you just have to learn to zip it up and poop on your own and go to college. Okay, here we go. Say bye.
Oh no!
Say bye-bye.
Oh no! Bye.
Okay, so it is 10 a.m. and I'm having my first meal. I have some romaine lettuce under there, chickpeas, zucchini, chicken, and an egg. And then I drizzled a bunch of this olive oil on top. Matt actually got it a while ago for like a fancy dinner, and it is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. It's super tasty.
Good morning, guys. It is bright and early here at the office, and I have my morning coffee. I usually get my coffee from Starbucks in the morning, kind of just like a routine I've had, and like the people there I kind of know, and we like chat every morning now. It's kind of fun. But in here is 2 egg yolks, a scoop of protein powder, and a little splash of goat's milk. Just kind of like makes it creamy, otherwise it sucks. So I've been doing that lately. Really not too much going on today. I'm just, the main thing is working on like scaling things up a little bit. So we do have a job opening right now for a content writer, but it is on site in Atlanta. So if you know someone or if you fit the bill. And then also I was thinking, reading. I'm reading this book right now. It's the first book I've ever read by Mark Manson. He's been like really popular the last 5 years or so, like kind of, I would categorize him as like a pop philosophy guy. Like Malcolm Gladwell, similar category. Like I feel like Malcolm Gladwell and this guy are like people that don't read a lot like them. Not that that's bad. Like Call Me Maybe, like you know that song? Like if someone said Call Me Maybe is a really good song, it's my favorite song ever, you'd probably be like, oh, you don't really know much about music, do you? That's kind of how I feel. But it is really like a good, easy read, and it does touch on some good topic. But I was thinking I would put together, maybe I'll even have this done by the time this video is posted today. If so, I'll link it down below. A lot of people ask like, what should I read? Or like, what's something to get me into reading? So maybe I'll just put a list of like the 20 or so most impactful books, like must reads. And comment down below, let me know what are like the books that impacted you most in your life. For me, number one has got to be The Catcher in the Rye. It's a book that you can read throughout your life, and it impacts you, and you feel differently about it each time at each stage of your life. It's like the best book for that. And then probably the best book or the most impactful book I read recently is Man's Search for Meaning. So many people told me it's just an amazing book, and it really is. Usually the books everyone says is really good end up being really good. But yeah, I'll collect my thoughts a little bit more and put together like a blog post. But yeah, that's it for now. Just gonna work for a while.
All right, guys, it is 1:30 right now, and I'm just getting dinner prepped. We are doing chicken wings tonight, so I have 3 packages here. It looks like a lot, but my mom's here. My brother's gonna be coming over for dinner, and if there's leftovers, that's great because I've been loving leftovers lately. So I'm going to remove them, and I'm gonna do them in 2 different bags and season them. So I'll show you what they look like. I'll show you what I used. As far as seasonings go, I do have 2 bags here, but this one right here is gonna be just for me, and I'm gonna keep it simple, just a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic, I think. And then this bag is gonna be for everyone else, and I'm gonna be doing salt and this Goan masala, which is really, really good. I hope it's focusing. So it's from Burlap and Barrel Spices, and we tried it recently and I loved it, so I ordered a bunch, and it's one of Matt's favorites, so I got a bunch, and we like to put it on wings. We put it on literally everything, fish, chicken. And the secret ingredient is always baking powder, because that's what's gonna dry these chicken wings out, make them really crispy in the oven. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. Then they're good to go, and I'm just gonna pop them back in the fridge because it's still really early, and then I'll bake them once I come back after picking up Theo. I've been having a lot of issues. If you've been following on Instagram or you saw the vlog last time, I talked about how, I've been having a lot of health issues, UTI symptoms, lots of pain, and I've just really been out for the count for a while. And yesterday I finally got a cystoscopy, so they looked inside of my bladder, and I guess,
It's not official because it's really hard to officially diagnose IC, which is interstitial cystitis, but they said it's most likely that because I have UTI symptoms, but I don't have any UTI, so antibiotics can't treat it. And essentially it's stress, diet, what else could it be? Like just pelvic floor tension, just finding ways to alleviate all of that, and then finding the triggers potentially in food like coffee, citrusy foods, like tomatoes or lemon juice, for example. Those are going to irritate the bladder. So essentially, I have inflamed bladder syndrome, which is kind of what interstitial cystitis is. And so trying to heal that right now, because I'm still in pain, definitely down from like a 10 out of 10 last week to a 4 out of 10 right now. So as I'm healing it, I'm just keeping everything super simple, eating very bland, eating very mild, having like 5 foods a day. That's why my meal this morning was like weird, and then I'll probably have like a spoonful of peanut butter. But anyway, so that's where I'm at health-wise, and so I'll keep you guys posted. So I'm just gonna season these up really quick, pop them in the fridge, and then we'll check in with you later. I am taking a string cheese for the road, about to go out and run an errand real quick. Feels like I'm a toddler.
Wanted to just have a quick lunch today, so I took a shot at this like fancy smoothie place next to the gym that I went to. Super expensive. This was $10, so I'm never going back. But in this smoothie is blueberries, coconut oil, whey protein powder, I think strawberries, I think a few other things. There was dates originally in it, but I said just no dates basically. So relatively low carb, pretty good keto friendly smoothie. And then I'm just gonna have some of these like sausage things on the side for some more protein, some more fat. So that is my quick lunch.
Dinner time, 6 o'clock. I made wings, as you guys saw. I prepped them. I did them 250 for 20 minutes, and then 425 for another 20 minutes.
Do you usually do 425?
Yeah. What do you do?
I think like 500. You can go higher. I think it makes
No,
it
because
crispier.
then that just like burns the outside and like doesn't keep it really tender
That's
on
how
the
I like
inside.
them.
Mine are really good, even though they're completely naked. They look really boring, but they're super moist and tender, aren't they? Oh, you didn't have one yet.
No.
You're gonna eat like 3 wings.
Well, I got a starter portion here. This is like 7.
The last thing I ate was my string cheese that you guys saw, and you had a pint of blueberries.
Oh yeah, not a full pint.
You're just gonna forget about it.
Like half of a pint. And we have a sponsor for today's video. It is Perfect Keto. They're back again, and these are a few of our favorites. I guess these are like Mega's new fave.
Yeah, I really dig the Nola bars. The peanut butter one is super, super good.
They are pretty good. It's like a sweet kind of like a...
It's almost like caramel, and you can't get caramel on keto.
It's not quite like a chewy granola bar.
Right,
it's a little more
that.
caramely than that.
Yeah.
So these are really good snack. I think they're like kind of low calorie too, right?
Yeah,
150.
Just a snack.
Yeah, good ingredients. All their products use pretty good ingredients. And this is probably my fave, just like MCT oil powder or collagen powder to put in my coffee. Tasty. The flavorings are really good. Salted caramel is pretty good. Not my favorite. I think chocolate might be my favorite, or cinnamon toast. Those are top 2, or even vanilla. Vanilla is pretty great
And
too.
you haven't used the oil in like ever, right?
Yeah, I don't use MCT stuff too much. I haven't used the MCT oil in a long time.
Yeah.
I usually will use powder just because it adds flavoring too. And they do have a big deal going on Black Friday. You guys ready? What are you getting for Black Friday? Put this on the list because the deal is very complicated. It's basically for each additional item you get, starting at 2, 10% more off. So at 2, it's 10%, and then it goes up a 10% each time, up to 6. So I think you max out at 50% off.
And there's also like other deals day to day, and even some like free stuff you can get. And when is this deal going on?
I think November 22nd to the 29th.
You think or you know?
I know. All right, guys, comment down below, what do you most want for Christmas? And give me like 3 tiers, like the most audacious, money is no object type of thing, middle of the road, and then like a cheap thing. Like, I guess I'll take that if that's all you're gonna give me.
Okay, well you gotta give yours then.
I have
You were
one.
gonna ask.
For a long time, I've been wanting to build this.
A plunge pool.
Yeah. A cold plunge tub. So like the original, I got the idea and I was like doing some research on it back when like there was, and it still is, there's like extreme shortages. Like it's almost impossible to buy a chest freezer, like a top loading freezer, or they're like $1,500 when they're usually $300. It's like you can't get one now. So I had like the whole Amazon shopping cart, like everything I needed ready to go, and I just couldn't get the freezer. But I've been doing some research, and there's a few companies now that make them. Guess how much they are?
Maybe like 7,000.
I think between 4,000 and 5,000.
Okay.
But we have bought a sauna before that was about 5,000, right?
Yeah, and do you think it paid off?
I think it's worth it for me.
I feel this way about everything you really dive deep into.
That's true.
You're not going to use it.
Fair point.
You'll use
but
it for like the first week. You'll be like so pumped, and then you'll just be too tired to wake up in the morning and do it. And it'll just be like excuse after excuse.
But I've wanted it for over a year now, so I think that is a good...
That's how you gauge spending $5,000.
Yeah, if you want something for a long time. You don't just buy it impulsively.
I feel like whatever I want, I kind of get, and it's always like low quality. Feel like a lot of Americans are like this, or consumers in general. Like, you spend a lot of money on like small, poor quality junk instead of just getting like the one big plunge pool and that being like the big spending of the year, right?
I think it all mostly traces back to Amazon.
But yeah, going back to the original question of like something crazy I would want, I just had it and you made me forget. Maybe it'll come to me. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, I do have one other question. What is your most core value that is like the groundwork foundation of all your beliefs? I was doing some thinking on this lately.
Loyalty is huge for me, like within my friends. So I
Yeah.
think that's really a big part of it. Like, I base a good friendship on like, if our first 2 hangouts, fine, I'll give you 2, right? So our first hangout, like, you're talking, ask me no questions. I'm like, okay, maybe it was just one of those days you wanted to, get your side out there. Second time, and I'm a big question asker. I like to pry. I like to figure things out about you. I want to learn. And so I expect the same in return with my friendships. And I've had friends who do not do that. And I cut it off, because that to me is like a sign of like, if I needed a ride to the airport, if something serious happened to one of my children, like, I don't feel like I could depend on you. There would not be that loyalty there. And that goes with family. That goes with all relationships. So I would definitely say loyalty.
Philosophical
Have you
sense.
been practicing
No. Practicing what?
Indian
Sitting
style?
Indian style? No. But I've been stretching every morning.
So you're getting good at
I've
it.
been stretching. I've been reading every morning. I've been reading a lot lately.
Do you do it at work? Yeah.
A lot of times what I do is like for the first 10 minutes of when I'm reading, I just sit like this.
That's a great position. And a lot of toddlers do that.
And I have my book like this. Because yeah, this is like a natural human position.
That's how Indians, or that's how I grew up pooping in India.
Theo sits like this all the time when he's playing.
And it's great for your digestion, I would say.
I do some other stretches. But the core foundational belief. And this might be, so I've been like doing a little writing in the morning too, where I like write down my thoughts. This might be because I'm American, so it's hard to really separate that like view from, if I was born in like Uruguay or something, could be totally different. Freedom and autonomy. So like people shouldn't tell me what to do. I should be able to do whatever I want, basically. I think that's kind of like the core. So that's kind of the lens I put things through. So if someone's like, what do you think about this? That would be kind of like the first principles thinking is like, does it mess with me being able to do what I want to do at all times?
So
Then I don't like it.
that doesn't really resonate with me at all. I think and I've been thinking about this more and more. And I even said this to my mom. You and I, or Matt and I, are at the fundamental, like the ground up, we're very, very different. Emotionally, like thought process, like we're just fundamentally very, very different. Do you feel that way though? Like we're fundamentally like very different?
We have some differences. I wouldn't say fundamentally. No, I'd say fundamentally we agree on most things.
Yeah, but is that me just appeasing you, or is it actually like who I am,
I don't know.
I guess that's what it's more of like it had been a reflectionary period for me. Okay, I just remembered.
Is it a lawyer for our divorce because of irreconcilable differences? I get the Bitcoin.
And I feel like this is totally doable. Both of our things are doable, which I like in the future. I would want like a super big luxury lounge couch.
Like a sectional type of one, or like what?
Like the Target sponsors on Instagram just know me to a T, and they always show me things that I want.
Probably because they track your entire browsing history and probably your words too. You probably said like comfy couch one time.
I mean, there's nicer ones out there, but that one looks
Wait.
nice.
Yeah, looks pretty nice.
And I wouldn't want it in gray. I would want it in like the red color. Like I want something flashy and sexy and comfy and just like big, and all the family can pile on it for Christmas and we watch our movies. That's it, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have some peanut butter. That's been I just turned into Matt. So
I didn't tell you, but I got a $10 smoothie today.
from Smoothie King?
No, from a really fancy smoothie place.
What was in it?
I didn't know it was going to be $10. Just like,
You never not look at prices.
Well, once I walked in, I knew, but I was like, okay, probably 7 seems like what it might be. And
Was
then
it just like mangoes and papayas?
no, it was like, and then it was like 16 ounces was 8, or 24 ounces was 10. So of course I go 24.
And that's
And
why
24 is not even that much.
That's why obesity is a huge epidemic in America.
No,
I guess-
it was just blueberries, like almond butter, coconut
So
oil.
Smoothie King.
But it was like all organic and like good stuff,
Oh, I want to go there. Was it
It
good?
wasn't. It was pretty good, but it was too small. I wouldn't recommend.
24 ounces is pretty big.
This wasn't that big.
Okay. Okay. So that was our full day of eating.
And at the time of this recording, when is this going live?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, young Dolph died. But guys, comment down below, who is the music artist that has died that you most, like died early, that you most wish you could have heard more music from?
The first person I thought of was Mac Miller.
He's kind of like on the twilight though.
No, because they released still some of his stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is hot. Where'd they get this fire?
That's what you said.
And then I'm like, oh, he's dead. So this is old stuff he recorded. Oh, Pop Smoke.
Yeah, he was just kind of peaking.
Pop Smoke has the voice of like a sex god.
So this happens so much. I showed you Pop Smoke like many months
No, you
before
showed
he
me
was
50 Cent. You're like, this guy's Pop Smoke. I was like, this is 50 Cent, bro.
like probably 6 months before he became a smash hit. And she was like, "What is this? Sounds weird."
And then
his voice is too deep.
And who's your guy?
Probably Lil Peep, because I feel like I just really got into him like as he died.
Yeah, you guys should watch his documentary. It's very
Documentary is
sad.
great.
It's very sad. We watched Amy Winehouse's too.
Yeah, it's very similar.
She is fascinating. She is not who I expected her to be from watching the video or the movie. I want to say vlog. Everything's a
Because
vlog.
she's so normal at the start. That's why, and then towards the end, it's like
She's
it's
just like
crazy.
hanging with her like young friends and like going
Yeah.
out and singing at bars. Okay, we'll see you next time. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye.